Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Michigan Speedway. Originally designed by Charles Moneypenny, the same architect who created Daytona International Speedway, and located in the Irish Hills. Michigan International Speedway is best known for awesome speeds and competitive racing spawned by its broad racing surface and 73-foot wide, 18-degree banked turns. Michigan's width and steep banking ensure there's always more than one racing groove, and the fact that MIS is a non-restrictor plate track means drivers have more than enough power to make a challenge out of the corners at both ends of the speedway. Once upon a time, Indy cars frolicked on those high banks at breathtaking speeds, with witness Paul Tracy's record qualifying lap of 234.949 miles per hour. Today, Michigan regularly vies with Daytona, Talladega, and Texas Motor Speedway as NASCAR's fastest speedway, with Jeff Gordon holding the NASCAR Cup Series record of 206.558 miles an hour. Richard Petty and David Pearson, Bobby and Davey Allison, Dale Sr. and Jr., Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson have all added their names to the roll call of MIS winners, one that includes names like Mario Andretti, AJ Foyt, Al Unser, Rick Mears, and Alex Zanardi from the days when Indy cars raced in the Irish Hills. Allison DiArboro, Andretti to Zanardi, the world's greatest race drivers have been coming to Michigan International Speedway to test their mettle for more than 40 years. And the fans have followed by the hundreds of thousands. And today, it's the Drive for Sav charity race in the NASCAR NextGen Cup Series. It's coming up next on HBR TV. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at the Michigan Speedway, Brooklyn, Michigan. Going to have a good race here this afternoon. Weather is beautiful. Got 11 Class A drivers to take the starting field here this afternoon. Might get a couple more before practice comes to its conclusion here in a few minutes. Fastest in the session so far, it is the 21 of Chris Bull. Second, quick, Aaron Gearing. Third, number 48 of Martin Kenyon. Fourth, Michael Jones. Fifth is Joshua Drinkwater. Top time at 39:22. At a last-minute change in the fixed setup in these next-gen Cup cars. The first session, I don't know if they had the wrong setup loaded in or just one that was not very comfortable to drive. That said, these guys are about 3 seconds a lap faster with the new setup than they were in the previous session. So certainly a little bit better to handle, a little bit easier to drive. How these guys can handle it when everybody's up grouped together here once we get underway.
Teammate Chris Bull, unfortunately, he lost his daughter a few weeks back. Obviously, Chris was absolutely devastated. So the UK and I community got together, set up this charity event, and also we set up a GoFundMe page, which has raised about £400 for Chris's cause. So we're absolutely delighted with that, and delighted that this race can be broadcast, and so many have turned up.
Well, Jimmy, thanks for giving us the heads up there. Again, that GoFundMe link is in the description in both streams, Facebook and YouTube. So if you're so inclined to add to the cause, it's certainly much appreciated. A great cause here this afternoon for the Drive for Sav race at Michigan. Jimmy, thanks for chatting with us, and feel free to pop in that green room whenever you want to say hey, and I'll get you back over to Channel 1.
Certainly will. Let's hope we have a good race.
Thanks, Jimmy. Practice officially over with here at Michigan Speedway. First car to take to the track, it appears to be Mark Murphy, the number 1 Valvoline entry. 2 laps, 10-minute session to get these starting field straightened away here. Mark Murphy down the backstretch into turn number 3 for his first timed lap here at Michigan Speedway. First lap for Murphy, a 39.80. Aaron Gehring is top of the board right now. His first lap, a 39.47. Lap number 2 for Gehring, 39.336. There is an improvement there, but not enough. The 11 of Michael Jones takes the top spot, 39.31 seconds. Chris Bull, the number 21 machine. First lap for the 21, a 39.51. The 11 of Michael Jones still on the provisional pole with a 39.31. Chris Bull's going to need to pick things up here quite a bit to knock him off the top spot. Smooth lap going for the 21. He's off turn number 4. He's going to drop it down to the apron at the dog leg. Crosses the line. 39.561. Actually slower for the 21 machine. Still 8th quick on the starting grid. Josh Drinkwater's for second lap, a 39.26. Real quick lap, puts him on the provisional pole. Scored as the 32, actually has a 99 on that machine, so just keep that in mind as we go through the race this afternoon. He's actually the 32, but painted as the 99, so if you see that up in the scoring, I cannot change that. It's all based on what they entered the session with. Martin Kenyon out there, the number 48. 48 was quick in practice as well. I believe he was top 3 as far as overall time. First lap for the 48 at 39.660. It's good enough for 9th on the board. Tough to say if these practice times weren't influenced a little bit by the draft. We're going to find out here that lap 2 is probably going to be a bit quicker for the number 48 than the general rule so far in the qualifying session. Maybe a handful of guys not quite there on lap number 2. Could be for various reasons, whether it was a little slip off the corner or what have you. We're going to find out here in a minute, though, what the 48 really has. Off turn number 4, down to the bottom, right on the apron, pretty much right away off exit. Crosses the line. What's he going to check in for a time? 7th quick, 39.461 for the 48 of Martin Kenyon. Jimmy Young, we spoke to at the end of the practice session. Jimmy out there in the number 6 Fastenal Ford Mustang. First lap was a 39.721. Jimmy Young across the line, lap number 2. It is quicker, 8th fast, 39.48 for the number 6 machine. That's going to wrap it up here. We do have about 3.5 minutes remaining in the session. Everyone's taking the time, so we're going to do a little bit of a fill here. Definitely have to thank some sponsors involved here, primarily iRacing Wraps and Paints. They're coming on board as the primary for this afternoon's charity event. Again, all to raise money for the tragic loss of a driver's friend's daughter in a motor accident, unfortunately. But we're here. We're going to have a good time. Don't let that damper the day. It is what it is, unfortunately. But we're here. We're at the racetrack. We're with our friends. Going to have a good afternoon. 330 miles around Michigan Speedway this afternoon. 30 extra here. Be fun to watch. We're going to step aside here and get a quick word from iRacing Wraps and Paints. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Michigan Speedway, the Drive for Sav charity race from Brooklyn, Michigan. Our starting grid: Joshua Drinkwater on the pole position in the number 32, with Michael Jones in the 11 to the outside. Row number 2 is Aaron Gearing, the number 83, with Stuart Pomfrey, the number 36, starting in the 4th position. Row number 3, Andy Oakley, the number 53, with Stephen Netherwood in the 52. He'll start 6th. 7th starting position is Martin Kenyon, the number 48 machine, with Jimmy Young, the number 6, starting in the 8th spot. Starting 9th, it's Mark Murphy in the 1, with the 21 of Chris Bowles starting in the 10th position. Starting 11th, it is Simon Thorns. That's your starting grid for Michigan International Speedway. Cars are going to be rolling out of the pits here just momentarily, take their first of really only one formation lap. I am joined by Brian Rose in the broadcast booth. Brian, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, Steve, it's good to be here. Definitely a good cause to get out here. Very unfortunate reason that we're racing here today. But nonetheless, everybody's out here in support, and I'm sure they're going to put on a great race for us.
Absolutely. And again, we don't want to dwell on the negative. Of course, it is the reality. It is what happened, but we are here to have a good time, and that's what we're going to do. We've got 11 drivers all showing their support in this afternoon's race, and well, hopefully we'll put on a good show for everybody.
And Michigan, with these drivers, you know, watching them practice and everything, Michigan's a great track. Good group of cars here today for this. Michigan's a fast track. It's going to be drafty, so it'll be interesting to see how they race this in the opening laps. We've got a long way to go.
Only one formation lap to get everybody squared away. Some guys were late getting off the pit lane.
Well, actually, there was a car when they decided to pull out to catch the pace car. There was a car that actually looped it around, and it sort of bottled everyone up. So they're trying to catch up. Now, I believe it was the 11 car.
Goes to show you these new NextGen Cup cars are a handful, even at lower speeds. We're watching some of the California practice this afternoon. 2 or 3 guys getting into the wall. Ross Chastain, especially hard impact. He's actually had the wind knocked out of him and is going to get ready for the race tomorrow. But meanwhile, iRacing pace car ducks down the pit lane. We're getting ready to go green. Josh Drinkwater leads them down.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
Green flag waves. We're underway here at Michigan International Speedway. Josh Drinkwater out to the early advantage. The 11 of Michael Jones to the outside. You also got Aaron Gearing taking over the spot, 2nd position into turn number 1. They work in the middle of 1 and 2, off of turn number 2.
Coming down the back stretch right here, the front pack right there seems to be looking a little racy. There's a couple stragglers in the back, but it'll be interesting to see if they line up around the top or they decide they're going to start drafting.
Finding it very interesting that all 11 drivers are all Class A safety rating drivers, certainly taking the craft seriously. We're going to expect a relatively clean race, and it's going to really come down to those last couple of laps and everybody getting aggressive when it's time. But for now, it's Josh Drinkwater still leading the pack through 1 and 2. Field crosses the line here. Start lap number 3.
Oh, these tires, you got to be careful. I believe that was the 53.
I thought the 53 was going around there. Had a little bit of a moment. Caught it quick. Continues it on in the throttle down the backstretch. He's got the 48 and the 36, it looks like, on his back bumper. Andy Oakley's up 1 spot.
And I was noticing there in the opening lap, the 36 car, that Craello car, he was getting a little loose coming out of the turn. And I was just watching to see if anybody else was going to be able to handle that on cold tires, and it does look like that cool tires are going to play a factor right here in the opening laps.
Very interesting to see as the thing progresses here, is if the heat in these tires as the run goes on. Again, we kind of have to expect this run to be a long green flag. These cars wear out the tires. They may just end up running a little bit looser, so that could be an issue as we move on through this race.
Now, from my experience in the couple league races that I've been in lately at Phoenix and Texas, the longer the run, the tires do wear, but the more grip you have. I don't know if that'll be the case here today. This is such a much more high-speed track, a lot more load in the car when you're going into the turn, so it will probably loosen them up, but tire wear shouldn't be too big of an issue, but you definitely don't want to be sliding the tires around, getting them real slick real early.
See the one of Mark Murphy here right to the back bumper of Andy Oakley. Thought he had a possibility of making a move here. He's taking a look to the inside into turn number 3. Be right on board. Still has Oakley to his outside. They come across the start finish line into turn number 1. Good battle here for position. This is for the 4th spot. I think Mark Murphy's going to take it over off turn number 2. Caution is out.
Caution.
Good job, bud. Tell me what you got quickly.
Possibly the 21 of Chris Bull. Take a look at the replay and see what we can see. Full speed, just loses it in the corner. A little bit of a tank slapper. Another one drops it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Does make some contact. I think that might have been the 57. Yeah, the 57 is Simon Thorne's.
And that's just like we're talking about, Steve. You get in there, you're loaded up, and then all of a sudden it snaps loose on you. You really do have to pay attention on entry of the corners with these new cars.
Actually, you know what? The 57, you see he was loose and spinning that car out too at the same time, probably trying to avoid the 21. Simon Thorne's gathered it back up, but the 21 slides back up the track and makes contact with the driver door. That was right in the left front. And then he's going to smack the wall. So that car's going to need a little bit of repair. We do have one fast repair to use this afternoon, so hopefully these guys won't need it on that one, but it is there if it's needed.
Definitely something that a fast repair, it's great to have, but you do not want to use that early. You want to save that for almost the end of the race, as most of the leaders, all of the leaders except for the 11, duck down pit road.
Out on the racetrack, the 11 does not hit the pit lane, but everybody else does. Only 8 laps in. Just curious if these guys are going to try and make some adjustments. I believe it is a fixed setup race. There's not a whole lot these guys can do, but maybe add fuel. 99 misses his pit box, has to back it up. It's like everybody's going with 4 tires. The 53 of Andy Oakley is down and away.
It's very interesting. Screaming for tires here for your crew chief to put them on early in the run. How many sets of tires do we know? Exactly how many sets of tires the crews have on pit road?
You know, I knew you were going to say that, but give me just a moment. I will find out for certain here momentarily. Tire sets. Way more than they're going to need.
Well, that's good. Every time I come down pit road, you're giving me tires, Steve. I need them every time.
Yeah, they got unlimited tires here this afternoon. I can't imagine they're going to use more than 10 sets, but if we get cautions and they take them every 8 laps, well, it might be a different story.
Lights are out on the pace car. Field's doubling up. We'll go green next time by. as Michael Jones, Aaron Gearing, Mark Murphy, and Andy Oakley. I believe Stuart Humphrey is your top 5. Getting ready to go back green.
Field working into turn number 3. Pace car lights are off. We're going to get the green flag this time by. It'll be lap 10. Full distance race here this afternoon, 165 laps.
Pace car's off and they're going.
Michael Jones gets a great restart. Gets away from the field as soon as the pace car is off the track.
You have to remember the 11, he stayed out, so he does not have fresh tires. So this is going to see this 10 laps. Did tires really make a difference?
We'll keep an eye on the lap data here for the next couple of laps. See how different the 11 and the 53. Right now, the 53 is the second place driver. Closely contended, though, with the 1. Mark Murphy to the outside. You got Aaron Gearing to the outside as well, the number 83 machine. Jones crosses the line. Second place, Murphy. Not quite as fast as the leader, but again, those guys are battling back there for position.
And with these cars, these next gen cars, they're so aero sensitive. So whenever you get a leader that's broke away a little bit and you get 2 cars, 3 cars racing, it doesn't matter how many, just 2 cars side by side, it's going to slow them down and allow that leader to walk away. But now they've caught him. They're in the draft as they enter turn 1 at right at 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, they're hauling the mail in these cars for certain. Not like it was back in the day, with about 10 years ago, with the Cup car that was averaging 200 plus every time they'd go around here. But you see it, Michael Jones now under attack from the 1 of Mark Murphy for the top spot. A little bit of contact, maybe.
If there wasn't contact, you couldn't fit a piece of paper there. But now it's going to be 3 drivers as they go 3 wide for the lead here at the line.
Lap 13 goes on the board. A 3-way battle for the top spot. Aaron Gearing, Mike Jones, Mark Murphy. Right now, it looks like Gearing's going to take it over. Great racing here in the drive for Sav from Michigan. Get the 1 on Mark Murphy.
And that's another thing with these cars. The runs develop so fast, and you got to keep your momentum up all the way around the racetrack or you will lose time. So you may not want to make that move so early in the race, but at the same time, you cannot brake, you cannot drag brake, can't lift. You've just got to go and put your car there. It might not be the best move at the time, but it's what you have to do to be successful in these next gen cars.
Michael Jones battling back for the top spot. Little wiggle puts him down in the apron at turn number 2. Looked like Jones was going for the top spot once again. Had a wiggle, had a moment there, put him down on the apron of the racetrack. Does not lose the car, but loses some positions. He's now back in the 6th spot. Still battling now for the 5th position with the 52 of Stephen Netherwood. Say this much, Jones has certainly learned his lesson about tires at this point. Everybody that pit after only 8 laps, they were the wiser at this point in the race. Get them when you can.
field settled in now. I believe they saw just about enough racing up front as they needed to see right here. Line out and log some laps, save some tires, and as I say that, we may have a challenge for the lead.
Mark Murphy on the back bumper, taking a look to the inside of Aaron Gearing as it crossed the start-finish line. 83 is going to lead that one, but into one, it might be a different story. Mark Murphy has the advantage into corner number one. He's down low. The 83 of Gearing up top. Mark Murphy is going to clear and take the lead off of turn number two. Battle for position here. This is the fourth spot. Andy Oakley has it. The number 53 Tide Ride. The 11 of Michael Jones is fifth. I think you're right, Brian. These guys are kind of lining right out, trying to just settle in, get a rhythm.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do early in the race. You want to see what you have in your car. You want to learn. You also want to log laps and save your car to the end. You have to make sure you save that fast repair. But I will say with these cars, the draft package that they do have, you're not going to be able to pull away. No one's going to run away from this race. And here in the next 3 to 4 laps, we're going to see another challenge for the lead. If we don't see one right now getting ready to go into turn 3.
You see Joshua Drinkwater actually catching the second place Aaron Gearing. They get together. They can actually work around and make a move together to get by the one of Mark Murphy. Mark can actually lose 2 spots out of this if he loses the lead. Gearing taking a look down low through turns 3 and 4.
The one running a really high line right there, round 1 and 2, he'll have a really good drive off. But this draft, the 83 is just going to suck right back up to his bumper as he goes inside into turn 3.
Aaron Gearing, the number 83 machine down low once again on the one of Mark Murphy. Murphy up top, Valvoline colors. The 83 is down low. That Mustang down on the apron across the start finish line. I think Murphy's going to lead that one still. Gearing battling into turn number 1, trying to get by and clear the one. Not going to do it this time. Mark Murphy battles back on the high side, carries a lot of momentum into that turn 1 and 2.
That high line is so dominant with the horsepower that these cars have. You can keep those RPMs up, the engine wound, and you can let the horses sing all the way around the track.
Many times I'm guilty of just keeping the camera on the leaders and not really giving it to a whole lot of anybody else. But right now, that's the battle. These top 3 cars are making it look good at the front of the field. Lap 21, Mark Murphy's got the top spot. Aaron Gearing has been challenging for it. Still there, half a car length back into turn number 1. Josh Drinkwater watching it all unfold, seeing where he can take advantage of someone's mistake.
Oh, he made a mistake himself. Yellow is out.
Mark Murphy goes around off turn number 2. Doesn't look like he got into the wall, but damage on the right front nonetheless.
Oh yeah, he definitely got into the wall, and that's the risk reward you pay for riding that high line, especially early. The high line's dominant. You can keep the horsepower up, like I said, but it's get up there against the wall, you'll get sucked into it, and that unfortunately is the price you'll pay.
See if we can get a look at the instant replay here, see what happened. Into it a little bit late. Again, late. Again, I'm going to rewind this here. It's not my favorite thing to do, but we're just going to go backward. Yeah, Brian, you're absolutely right. If you look close, the small speck here coming off turn number 2, riding that Larson line, slips just a bit, gets right into the fence, and it doesn't take much to get these cars unbalanced and unstable when they make contact. Around goes Mark Murphy.
once you get up there so high, uh, you get all those the gravel and all the debris that's right there around the wall that the cars really don't touch. And as soon as you get your tire right in that, it just sucks you right into the wall. Not sure that's exactly what happened here, or maybe he just misjudged his exit. Maybe overdrove the car, so he entered and exit higher than he usually does.
Yeah, he got into the loose stuff up top. I know he's running that high line, but he actually saw the rear end kick out just a smidge right before he gets into the wall. And there you have it.
Still plenty of time. Long way to go in this race, so he's got time. He probably won't burn a fast repair for that. Go in and get his car work on, get 4 fresh sticker tires, and come back out.
Aaron Gearing comes into the pits as the leader. Right side tires. You see the 36 machine, I think it was, having to back up, missed his pit entry, missed the box. Gearing down and away. Looks like he's going to win the race off the pit lane. We are under a caution. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after this with a word from iRacing Wraps and Paints. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Michigan Speedway. We are on the 1 to go after a caution involving leader, the number 1 up, Mark Murphy. Field forming up 2 by 2 as we get ready to go back to green. It'll be lap 25 of 165 when we get that green flag. Current running order: Aaron Gearing, Josh Drinkwater, Andy Oakley, Simon Thorns, Michael Jones. That is your top 5.
Well, they have 8 sets of tires left now on pit road. At least the rest of the field does. The 11 car will still have 9 left. So they're definitely burning them early.
Did you see something I missed? Tire-wise?
I thought that they came down and took tires. Did they not take tires?
No, they've got unlimited tire.
Oh, I thought you said that they had 10 sets of tires. That's
way more than they're going to need. They may only use. I did say something about 10 sets, but they may only use 10 sets. But again, if they're pitting every 8 laps, or in this case, this was a 16 lap run, they're going to use some tires this afternoon. They might get through 10. Want to thank everybody for watching us. It looks like it's a little heavy on the YouTube side this time. I'm typically heavier on Facebook, but either way, we've got both stream chats open. So if you got to cheer on your favorite driver, say hello, ask a question, please do so as we go back to green here, Michigan Speedway. Aaron Gearing leads them down. Green flag waves. Josh Drinkwater, a little bit of a tire spin or late to the gas, not sure, but either way, the 83 gets out in front. Field off of turn number 4. You see the 83 of Gearing dropping down low, trying to break up the draft a bit. Not a unwise move, just trying to see if that really pays dividends. If someone's in the wall into turn number 1, very light contact. Not sure if that was our leader, Aaron Gearing, or not. We have a battle for the third spot between the 11 of Michael Jones and the 53 Andy Oakley. Andy up top in the Tide ride. Mike Jones down low, the number 11. Andy's going to defend that readily on the high side.
Just back in the pack just a little bit, some heavy racing. The 57 actually just brushed the wall a little bit, so doesn't look too bad. It looks like he's still got a good speed. He's going to be up here to challenge these leaders shortly. Oh no. Good save. Great save right there by the one. Got to stay in line if you want to make passes here. You got to stay. Oh, big wreck.
Caution, caution, caution. How you doing in there, kid?
Looks like there was a whole lot of take and absolutely no give right there. Looks like the 50. No, I was going to say the 53 just thought he was going to hit the wall and pull it down, but that's not what happened. It looks like the 11 sort of came up a little bit and doesn't look like anything intentional or anything. They just got together. Oh, little bit of net code. Yep.
There you have it.
All the leaders, the whole field coming back down pit road here. We're going to jack them up, take 4 sticker tires, fill it up with fuel, and go back racing.
Josh Drinkwater listed as the leader right now. Left side's going in the air for the 99, but the 83's down and away back to the racetrack. He wins the race off pit road once again. Once again, while we're under a caution, we're going to step aside, take a quick break, and get a word from iRacing Wraps and Paints. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Michigan Speedway. Pace car lights are out. We're going to go back to green this time by. It'll be lap 34 of 165. I believe this is our third caution of the event. Trouble off turn number 2.
See the 11 right there. He does not have any rear bumper cover. Elected not to take the fast repair. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You don't want to take it and save it for later on in the race, but at the same time, we don't get another caution. That could be really detrimental to this 11 car's run.
Gonna have to see how this thing handles in the draft and if he can just keep up the pace. He does at least have the spoiler still attached, but I think is required. Might be okay. I mean, almost that rear bumper cover being gone may actually, at least in reality, be an aerodynamic advantage. We'll see if it applies here in the sim. Pace car is down.
Not as early as start as usual here. They're waiting.
Be ready, green flag.
Here we go.
Waited on the flag this time. The 83 of Aaron Gearing into turn number 1. Usually these guys have the option to fire when ready as soon as the pace car leaves the racing surface. That also means that if they want to wait until the flag waves, they can certainly do that as well.
We see that damage earlier from the one car. Mark Murphy is not slowing him down at all as he's challenging for the lead right here. He may have it coming to the line.
Certainly took the opportunity the last couple cautions to get some repairs done to that number 1 Camaro, that Valvoline number 1. Looking sharp out there, battling for the top spot. Gearing still defending up high. Into turns 1 and 2 once again. Murphy down low, trying to take over and clear the 83. Looks like he might have it off the corner.
I believe with fresh tires off restart.
Trouble off turn number 2. Like this might have been Michael Jones off of turn number 2. Don't need to worry about that rear bumper cover now. That thing is wadded up badly. No caution.
Stay green right now. If he can limp it around, I don't think we'll get a caution.
So if I'm Michael Jones, I am screaming at the admins to throw a yellow here because that's going to ruin his day for certain. Granted, he didn't use that fast repair. He can certainly get back into it. If we get more cautions, he's got an opportunity to get some laps back. But here come the leaders. They're off turn number 2 right now.
He does have power, so I do believe he'll get down there and get his fast repair, but we stay green. But like I was saying right before that happened, is I believe on the restarts with the cold tires, that bottom line, I think that's the fastest line around here. You can drive off, take the shortest way around the track, but as these tires wear out, you'll see these cars move up, form that high line around the top, the Larson line, and that's where you're going to have all your speed.
So we got Mike Jones and Simon Thorns in the pit lane at the same time. Not sure if Simon got tied up in that wreck as well. I did not see it. Could be from a previous incident out on track. Meanwhile, Mark Murphy's still out front. Mike Jones out of the pit lane. He's got that fast repair applied, and he's back in the running. He's going to have to be super careful the rest of the race, though. Well, let's go back and take a look at it, see what happened with the 11 machine of Michael Jones. This is in the middle of turn number 2. Just gets loose all by himself. You see it right here. The rear end kicks out just a bit. I don't know if that was related to that damage on the bumper cover or not, but same thing. Loses it, catches it, and then loses it some more. Dirt tracking it through turn 2, and then it's going to get down low and catch. He's probably going to take a hard right up the hill. Oh, he gets the grass.
Yep. If that was paved down there, he would have probably had that saved, but touches the grass and right into the wall hard lick. And
Simon Thorns gets into him pretty good. Let's back that one up here. I'm going to watch this from the perspective of the 57. Nowhere to go. I don't want to point fingers, but the 11 really should have just locked that one down. That one definitely ruined a day for the 57, it looks like.
When the 48 gets up into the glance and blow coming off the corner there. They keep it pointed straight though, but that could have been really bad and brought out another caution.
Car looks pretty good still. I don't see much damage to it, possibly on the right side. That's not in the view of the shot, but Martin Kenyon, slight contact with the safer barrier. Just about quarter distance in this afternoon's race. Drive for Sev here at Michigan International Speedway. Battle for position. Jimmy Young in the high side, the number 6 Ford Mustang, the 53 down low. They make contact. Caution is back out into turn number 1. Nothing huge with the 6 definitely making contact with the 53. Around goes the 6.
This looks like side drafting gone wrong right there.
Well, let's go take a look at it here. The 6 of Jimmy Young. We watched it happen live. We're a little late into it here. We'll back it up. His entry into turn number 1, really more exit of the tri-oval. 53 keeps coming up. You see the 6 kind of holding his line there. A little bit of netcode, it looks like once again. Yeah, netcode involved. The 6 gets turned across the nose. These guys got to understand that you can't really work that side draft so much with these cars right now because it ends in disaster most of the time.
Yeah, well, and we'll say side draft. I'm you know, in netcode, I'm going to go ahead and chalk this one up to netcode, but with this package, this aero package, when you get up on a car like that and you're getting ready to dive into a corner, when that car comes up and takes that all that air off of that rear spoiler, it could have just sent him around. It may not have been netcode, but it did look like netcode. Big break, huge break right here for the 11 car, too, by the way, after going a lap down after that one incident with no caution, going in and getting his factory repair. So, yeah, he should be back on the lead lap now.
I mean, good job for the 11 only going down 1 lap there. That's key right there. early on in the race. Still plenty of racing left. Got that car fixed. As long as he can keep it clean the rest of the way, probably be in good shape. Mark Murphy down and away, retains the top spot even with that damage. Vince Short making a comment in the stream chat. Looks like he took the air off him instead of net code. Yeah, very well could be. Just the fact that we've seen so much net code with these cars, though, I'm just going to lean that way. Certainly possible he took the air off, but typically, at least lately with the next gen, I'm just going to say that was net code because we see so much of it. It's easy to call it that, but tough to say. We got our buddy Hex over here in the YouTube side rooting for the 6. We saw that earlier. What's your take on that incident with the 6 and the 53 on that last caution? Let us know. Field working the backstretch right now. The iRacing pace car lights are off. Going back to green, lap 46 of 165. Field a little sloppy coming to green here. Top 2, top 4 look okay, but row 3 is a little discombobulated. Pace car rolls off the pit lane, waiting on the green flag, but no, Mark Murphy goes. As soon as the pace car is clear, bad restart for the 83 of Gehring. He doesn't get going.
Great restart for Mark Murphy in the number 1, though. He fooled the whole field right there.
Plant your foot and go. I know there's been a couple of restarts where they really waited on the green flag. Didn't have to, but kind of mix it up, and you got to keep guys on their toes. It worked out good for the 1 of Murphy. Now he's off turn number 2.
Oh, another wreck. The 53 car. I believe he might have had some help coming out of 2 right there.
I wonder who could have helped him.
The 53 and the 6. I know the 6 was coming back off the track just now. 53. he's going to tow.
There's a little bit of payback there, I think. Take a look at it. The last caution was between the 6 and the 53. I know it looked like a little bit of net code, but apparently the 6 of Jimmy Young doesn't take it that way. Thinks it was intentional or just avoidable. But either way, we're going to take a look at it. Watch the 53 and the 6. No, actually, there wasn't a payback. That was just a mistake by the 53 off turn number 2. Gets it into the outside wall, and the 6 is right there.
Gotta give these guys a bit more credit than that, Steve. Come on.
Well, I'm just trying to stir the pot, you know?
You definitely got the spoon to do it with, I tell you.
Roof cam from the 6. You see the 53 into the safer barrier, and really no way for the 6 to avoid it. Gets to the left rear. Around goes the 53. Andy Oakley. And to the inside goes the 6 of Jimmy Young. Jimmy doesn't hit anything else but the 53. Straightens the car back out, but still going to have some damage to repair to the left side of that machine, as it does show some damage. Well, we are under caution once again for an incident on the restart. Drivers are hitting the pit lane once again, just changing tires every opportunity. It kind of makes sense when you have unlimited opportunities to put new Goodyears on those machines. We're going to step aside real quick once again and get a word from iRacing Wraps and Paints. We'll be Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Michigan International Speedway, the Irish Hills of Michigan, the Drive for Sav charity race. We're under caution once again for an incident involving, well, the 53 and the 6. Again, you might think it was payback. It definitely was not. 53 gets into the outside wall, loses it right in front of the 6. 6 has got nowhere to go and collects him off of corner number 2. Down the backstretch they go, spinning. I think we're coming to the 1 to go signal this time by. We do have a question in the YouTube chat from Gigabert asking how the cautions work. I'm new to NASCAR racing. Tuned in today as a friend of Jim Young in the car 6. Well, I guess I need a little more information, but I'll give you the best that I can. When the cautions come out, it's usually a result to someone spinning on track or crashing. Right now, they are running iRacing cautions, which means the system, the sim, so to speak, throws the caution when it deems it necessary. Typically, if a car spins and he's at the back of the pack and there's no cars behind him, the sim will usually not throw the yellow flag. However, if someone spins, say, mid-pack and a car comes up on it, yellow flag gets tossed out right away, field gets formed up, and we do what we're doing right now. They get the opportunity to pit. They form up 2 by 2 as they get the 1 lap to go. Pace car lights are off, and there you have it. Those are cautions. Under some other leagues, you got a live admin who will watch the race the whole time, like we're doing, but we're calling the race as broadcasters, but they will hit the caution light when they see an incident that deems that yellow flag. So hope that clears it up for you, Gigabert. If it doesn't, well, I don't know what to tell you. We did our best. Brian, as a novice, would you think that was a good explanation, or would you be just as lost as you were coming into it?
I think you've done a good job, Steve. I really do.
Field formed up 2 by 2. Going to get another restart here from Michigan. Pace car about to peel off the track down to the apron. He is clear of the racing surface right about now. Leaders can fire. Waiting on the green. Mark Murphy switching things up again. Waits on the green flag, still gets a good restart over the 99 of Josh Drinkwater. And Josh is registered as the 32, so don't get confused. But you see on track, he's painted up as the 99, so we can kind of call him what we want. But in through turns 1 and 2, Drinkwater's got to run off the corner. Mark Murphy up top in that high lane. Brian, I think you've called it right on the money. That low lane on cold tires is the place to be as they work into turn number 3.
Yeah, on cold tires, you want to take the shortest way around the track. It's got the most grip down there. Take that high line, and you really got to pedal as you watch him get way up into the wall, and the 99 will clear him coming out of 4th.
Yeah, speaking of pedaling, the 1 was certainly doing a bunch of that to keep that Valvoline ride off the outside safer barrier. Did a good job keeping it out of the fence, but Law loses the lead in the meantime, and he may be losing second here to Aaron Gearing in just a moment. Everybody pit about the same lap, at least lap 43 back to the top 5. Everybody in behind pit at lap 47, so a little bit differing tire strategies throughout the field, but so far up front, equal footing. But the 99 is in the lead, and the 1 almost gets in the fence. He may have gotten in the fence.
I think he was forced up there, though, by the 99. I don't know if Josh just thought he was clear and came up into him, or but yeah, he was definitely forced into the wall.
Yeah, right side definitely banged up on the Valvoline ride there. Still running in the 2nd spot, not losing a whole lot of ground to the 99 to Drinkwater as they work back into turn number 1.
And once you make that pass on the bottom right here, I believe you stay up there. If I'm driver of the 99, I'm staying up there. I'm taking the line away from Mark, and you know, making him stay behind me, making him go to that inside line now, because now we've got some heat in the tires. We've scrubbed off the stickers, and that high line's going to prevail. So I'm staying at the top once I clear.
Seems to be the strategy for the one of Mark Murphy, is though he does have right side damage, he's in a predicament. The high side seems to be the fast side on warmer tires. Paying off, he's able to use that momentum to defend that position and now take it back. Still not clear of Drinkwater down low, but while they battle, the 83 of Gearing gets back into the mix. It seems that that is the case with these cars. As soon as you start fighting poor position, the single file line in behind can close the gap relatively fast.
38 car bounces it off the wall, coming out of 2. He keeps it going straight.
Mark Murphy, damage and all, back to the front of the field, clears the 99 of Drinkwater as they cross the line. Lap 54 goes on the board. The 99's trying to set up the one of Murphy for a pass once again. Doesn't have it set up just enough for turn 3. Looked like he was going to take a look to the inside. Thought better of it. Still tucks in behind the back bumper of the Valvoline number 1. Top 3 under a tiny blanket into turn number 1. They're starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Again, on older tires, no less. Chris Bull is in the 4th position, but he's a few seconds back from these top 3 racers.
And it looks, the last 2 laps I've watched the number 1 car right here. He stays, he run that high line, he's married to that high line, but coming off of 2, it just looks like he gets a little loose, and it allows the 99 to just close that gap just a little bit.
Ooh, a little wiggle out of Josh Drinkwater into turn 1 and 2.
Oh, it looked like a little wiggle on the camera, but I'm sure those hands are swatting flies inside that cockpit of that car right there. That was a
Chopping wood in
big
that Ford
moment.
Mustang.
Maybe drove it in just a little too hard right there.
Taking a move to the inside into turn number 1, side by side with Murphy. Middle of 1 and 2 still there. He's going to have to find a way to clear the 1 off of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Does he have him clear? He does.
Oh, he does.
Barely move the 99 of Drinkwater back to the top spot, but crossing over Mark Murphy in the 1, wants it into turn number 3. Can he repass? Looks like he's going to have it.
Well, Aaron Gearing, he's sitting back there. He's just watching these 2 go at it. Let them burn their stuff up. We get a long run here. He may have the dominant car.
That's a good point. We're going to watch from his perspective, and he's going to be like, what are these guys doing? Not quite the halfway at this point. They're getting ready to tear up some race cars if they're not careful. Off turn number 2, once again, lap 58 on the board. Drinkwater back to the left side of the 1 of Murphy. They work into turn number 3. High side seems to be where everybody wants to be. You can make passes down low, but that momentum really carries you back by if you're not clear. Gearing picking up some draft off the 1 of Murphy. That's going to help him close the gap to both of these drivers.
The 99, he continues to stay on that bottom and fight for this lead position, which is what you have to do. But if he continues to do that, then number 3 car of Aaron, he's going to be able to suck right back up to that 1 car as the 99 drifts back up to the 2nd spot.
Now the battle for the second spot. Gearing trying to take it away from Drinkwater. Did Drinkwater get that tire set too hot? Starts to slip just a bit. Now back down to the third position as Gearing takes over the second spot. Remember, Gearing led some laps here early on. Let's see if he can track down the one of Murphy, take over that top spot. Well, fingers are crossed. Let's take the opportunity here to go through the field. Again, Mark Murphy is your current leader, the number 1 Valvoline entry, with Aaron Gearing running in the second spot, right to the back bumper of Murphy. Again, we thought Aaron may catch the leader and make a move for the top spot here momentarily. He's certainly there and ready to make that charge. Josh Drinkwater down a couple of spots since the start of the race, running in position number 3. Let's put on a good show here this afternoon. Some good racing up towards the front of the field. Chris Bull running in the 4th spot with the number 21 Savannah colors. Good looking paint scheme. I'm going to say that's probably the best one out there today. That 21 had some issues early on, put it in the fence, but now has battled back. He's up 6th positions in the top 5, running 4th. Running 5th, it's the number 52 Piedmont colors of Stephen Netherwood, up 1 position from 6, runs in the top 5. Stuart Pomfrey, the number 36 Crayola colors. This is Eddie Rose's favorite. Thinks he's going to color the field here and make his way towards the front. Running in the 7th position, last car on the lead lap, it is the 6 of Jimmy Young. That is your lead lap cars through the field here at Michigan. Meanwhile, Aaron Gearing has taken over the top spot. Let's see if we can get a replay of the pass for the lead. Going into turn 1, you see the 83, that Ford Mustang, black and orange, looks like an HBR TV paint with different lettering. Closes ground on Mark Murphy. 3 car lengths back through 1 and 2. Maybe that was the pass for second. This is the pass on Mark Murphy for the lead. They cross the line, gearing down low to the inside. Textbook pass into turn number 1.
And like I said, you had those 2 leaders battling it out, you know, for 5 to 10 laps, and Gearing was just able to sit back and save his stuff. He wasn't pushing too hard, being able to ride in the draft, and he just kept his tires cool while the other guys abused them. And Murphy's in the wall. Looks like I saw some smoke. Maybe he just got loose, but he did tag the wall just now.
Right side of that Valvoline Chevrolet, definitely beaten and battered. Still having a good run here this afternoon, running in the 3rd spot, but certainly no stranger to the outside safer barrier and other cars out on the track. Been a tough going so far, but he's making the best of it.
And with this being the longest green flag run we've had, we've actually really got some time to get some tire wear, get some heat in the tires. They're starting to get slick now. You kind of expect this to happen, but when you're out there, you don't really know until you actually get a good run in. So now we know we can't be forcing these cars into the corners like that anymore.
We talked about it earlier on in the race as well. As the tire wear gets worse in these cars, you were saying how it almost feels like they have more grip, but it certainly seems like the guys that abused them more than the 3rd place running machine, which is now the leader, Aaron Gearing, he was able to track these guys down, make that pass with relative ease. I think the only thing that's keeping Drinkwater within closing distance is the draft.
Yep, as we cross the line here, we'll have 100 to go.
Another wiggle out of the 99. Josh Drinkwater trying to take a look down low on the 83 of gearing. They work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Drinkwater is there, not even a half car length between the 83 and the 99. They work into turn number 3. Looked like Drinkwater had a good run into turn number 1, not quite enough to get alongside or make the pass. Let's see if he can duplicate that result this time by.
So this is, like I said, this is the longest green flag run we've had. So we can't make it on fuel. So looking like maybe if we can go another 15 to 20 laps, we'll probably have some green flag pit stops. If, you know, barring a caution or anything like that, you're going to really see who has experience getting on pit road. Michigan is not the easiest place to get on pit road at these speeds.
Well, we've already seen the 99 of Drinkwater miss his pit box once this afternoon. Can't have that happen, especially under green flag conditions. I will say the 83 has managed to win the race off pit road at least 2, maybe 3 times this afternoon already. We'll have to see how things change. This happens under the green flag.
The leader's closing in on the number 11 car right here. Be easy to be interesting to see if they try to use him as a pick or the 11 car just gets up and gets out of the way. But the leaders are approaching some lap traffic.
Well, we haven't done this afternoon. Let's go to the crank it up, and we'll listen to these race cars as they get off turn number 2. Aaron Gearing continues to lead over the 99 of Josh Drinkwater. Mark Murphy third, Chris Bull fourth, Steve Netherwood your top 5. Last 2 cars in the lead lap, the 6 of Jimmy Young and the 36 of Stuart Pomfrey.
The number 1 car, Mark Murphy, after that little spin and contact with the wall, he's dropped back to 5.5 seconds back from these 2 lead cars.
Comment here in the YouTube chat. Shining Star watching in support of Chris Bull on the recent loss of his daughter, Savannah. Good luck, everyone. Shining Star, thanks for joining us and saying hello in the YouTube chat. We certainly do appreciate that. Obviously, everyone thinking of Chris Bull on this day, and so far, running 4th in the top 5. Solid so far for the number 21.
The 99 of Josh Drinkwater, he got major loose right there in 1 and 2. Big moment for him, but he's able to save it. But coming to the end of the run right here, these tires are wore. We may make it.
These leaders pit at lap 43. We're now at lap 73, so 30 plus laps on this set of Goodyear Racing Eagles. And not sure what the fuel window is. You got any idea? I know you ran California recently, I think, in the next gen car. Is that correct, or was that Vegas?
That was Vegas. I've ran everywhere with Texas just recently, but I'm thinking if they have a full tank of fuel in iRacing during a hosted event such as this one, admins have the opportunity to take it to 100% fuel capacity all the way down, 40, 50%. I don't really know what they have in the tank, what they start off with. 20 gallons of fuel here, you're probably looking at about 55 to 60 laps of fuel.
They are running full load of fuel. Chris Bull running in the 5th spot now after Netherwood gets on by. Netherwood up to the 4th position. Back up front, Aaron Gearing still leads, getting by the 11 of Michael Jones. That is a not for position. Martin Kenyon, Michael Jones running in the 9th spot now, a lap down. 3 laps down. Martin Kenyon running 8th, 1 lap down. If we were to get a caution, Kenyon would get the lucky dog and get that lap back.
And right now, Gearing, he's out front. You know, he's got a 1 second lead over the second place car. I think he just rides right here, just maintains. He doesn't want to burn his stuff up. Maybe save a little bit of fuel here to stretch this out. No pressure behind him. He just got to keep his eyes focused, get his entries down, hit his marks, save his tires. Don't want to slip up and spin it out right here while you're out there leading all by yourself. I've done it. It's embarrassing. You don't want that broadcast.
We say it all the time. Don't beat yourself, especially when you're leading the race. If you got a advantage, it's now a 0.6 of a second advantage. I think Gearing is checking up a little bit, again trying to save some tire here to get to the end of the fuel run, but maybe the 11 of Jones being into the mix might have helped the 99 of Gearing draft up to these guys. That, or it's just a matter of the 99 was fast. Again, he had a little issue, got real crossed up. Brian, I remember he mentioned it. I'm not sure if he got into the fence or not, but lost some ground to the leader, the 83. Certainly closing that gap now. It's down to 0.4 of a second, but he does have the lap car of Jones in between. Drinkwater taking a look to the inside on the 11. And not for position, but it does get him back to the back bumper of the 83 of Gearing off turn number 2. 79 laps in. Car length, the deficit between the 83 and the 99. It was a 0.5 second a few laps ago, and it's right now less than a 1/10.5. They work into 3 and 4, and the 83 gets a piece of the wall mid-corner.
I believe he might have been driving out of his mirror just now.
Tell you, if he got the wall, it wasn't by much, because there's barely a wet sand mark on the right side of that number 83. New leader off turn number 2. It's the 99 of Josh Drinkwater taking over the top spot. Aaron Gearing, not even 6 inches between the front and back bumpers of those two machines as they work into turn number 3. Gearing takes a little bit higher line on entry. Drinkwater down low in those Aflac colors off turn number 4. It's about 3 car lengths the advantage for the 99. Across the line, Drinkwater is the official new leader, leads this lap. Gearing trying to track him back down again. We are nearing the end of this fuel run. These guys are going to need to stop for green flag stops. Tires and fuel likely going to be in store for all these lead lap drivers when that time comes. Handling might be going away for the number 83 of Gearing, where Josh Drinkwater maybe saves his stuff or just rides better on older tires. Either way, he's ahead of this field here, lap 81.
99 ducks down to the bottom. I've seen him do that on the backstretch. He's just trying to break the draft of the 83 car of gearing, so he can't suck back up onto his bumper. It's so easy with these cars and the rear diffuser that they have now. It creates downforce. It also allows that car to suck up to the back of that car. You don't really have to drive it that hard if you're behind another car. As you see him right here, he'll be right on the back bumper entering 3.
Looking back through the field, Chris Bull in the number 21 has moved himself up into the 3rd spot. Netherwood 4th. Jimmy Young is 5th. That said, Mark Murphy, where did he fall to? He's in the 7th position. Appears to be 1 lap down as well. Did hit the pit lane, did get tires. It looks like he did it twice. Might be multiple laps down at this point. No, Murphy's only 1 lap down. It says he entered pit lane. Okay, no, it was 1 stop. It just got duplicated here, but made his green flag stop a little bit early.
Which may be a good idea. I mean, that could be a great strategy call for him. He was already losing ground to the leaders. He had damage. Let's come down. We can make it from here. If we pit now, I believe we can maybe make it from here.
Of course, yellow flags would certainly increase that likelihood. We haven't seen any in a while. It's been 40 laps since we had our last yellow flag. These guys seem to have gotten things figured out. Top 2 especially, as they've put quite the distance back to 3rd place. Chris Bull, it's 14 seconds back to 3rd place.
Looking at the laps left to go, no, I was wrong right there. There's no way if you stop now, you can't make it to the end.
Unless they're hybrids.
Come down and plug it in a little bit, get you a 13-second charge. I believe really with this green flag run, if you want to make it on 1 more stop, you're really going to have to push the car to maybe lap 106 to 110. If they can make it that far, that would be ideal to make it on 1 more stop. I don't think that they're going to be able to. Last time
like having Brian Rose up in the broadcast booth. It's like having my own personal Larry Mack. He's sitting there with a calculator trying to figure out the fuel.
I am. Every time I'm out and I'm running, I need to know, especially in our seasons are coming to a close. We're in the playoffs. I got to know who I need to be in front of, how many laps I need to lead. I need to know where I need to be in the stages. Give me my fuel. I need to know, can I make it? I don't need to go all the way around the track more than just that 1 time. I need that 1 lap.
Meanwhile, through all that, we got a car off the pace. It is the 36 machine, Stuart Pomfrey. Could this be a mechanical related issue? Smoke coming out of the back of that Toyota Camry. I don't see any issues as far as body damage on that machine. Very interesting.
Could have been drafting with someone and just maybe overheated the car.
Stewart was running about in the top 5, maybe in the 6th position. Good news for Mark Murphy. He's going to stand to gain a position out of this. I would imagine that Pomfrey does have a fast repair left. Don't remember seeing him involved in anything significant here this afternoon. He rolls down the pit lane to get some service done to that machine. There is some right front damage to that Camry, but not significant. Can't figure out what would have caused this mechanical issue on the number 36. See if he takes a fast repair. I can imagine that he probably will. Misses his box. No fast repair.
No fast repair. That's unfortunate for him. He was having such a good run today. Great looking car out here.
So my question is, did he have a fast repair and accidentally not click it? Or did he use it up early on in the race? We got a battle for the lead into turn number 3. Aaron Gearing, older tires now. This is about 10 laps after he lost the lead. Easily passes the 99 of Drinkwater. We got a yellow. Mike Jones, the number 11, involved. Just as Aaron Gearing takes over the top spot. Lap 90 goes on the board.
All that pit and fuel strategy that we talked about for these long green flag runs coming to the end, Steve, throw it out the window. We don't need it.
Forget about it. All right, well, let's take a look what happened with the 11 of Mike Jones. Again, loose by himself, mid corner. This looks like the exit of 2. Dirt tracks it for quite a while. It's kind of what he did before, but gets down to the flat on the apron. Now you got to lock him up. He's still not locking him up. He's still trying to drive this thing. He's going to hit the inside wall a ton.
Oh, Tank slaps it right here.
Don't know that it ends his day, but I'm almost certain he does not have a fast repair left. So that's going to certainly hurt that machine going forward. What if he gets back in the wall again? Hold the brake, brother.
Maybe just a little bit of frustration right there.
Tough break for the 11.
Can't take it out on yourself. Take it out on the wall.
Leaders in the pits, going to take tires and fuel. We never got to that green flag pit stop, but looks like this one comes out just in time. Just shy of a 50-lap run.
I still believe we'll need one more caution in order for these guys to make this a 1 pit stop right here.
I think you're right. The 99 at Drinkwater does not get out of the pits before leader Aaron Gearing, who was close, but not quite enough. With that, once again, we're going to step away and get a word from iRacing Wraps and Paints. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Michigan Speedway. Caution lights are out. Getting ready to go back to the green flag here from Michigan Speedway. Field working the backstretch into turn number 3 right now. Lap 92 of 165 on the board.
Green flag.
Big wreck in the back.
Gonna be a caution.
there were 3 wide coming down the back stretch, and I think Mark Murphy, I didn't really see the entire thing, but I'm pretty sure Mark Murphy just kind of got up into the side of the 52 right there, turned him down into the 6, and it was just mayhem from there. So close. Great job right there by the 48. Do not believe so.
See here. Technical difficulties, everyone here. I'll try to get this squared away here in just a moment. Don't worry, everybody. We will be back in just a moment. For some reason, we got booted from the session. I'm loading back in already. Hopefully, we'll be back before we go back to green. Sit tight. We'll be back after this. Told you guys not to go anywhere. We're back. Got to reload everything, but we didn't miss any green flag action. Lap 96 of 165. The drive for Sav here from Michigan Speedway. Getting ready to go back to green. The 1 to go signal already given. Pace car about to peel off the racetrack, and we'll be back underway. Green flag conditions. We're holding the field back a little further than normal here. You see the 83 of Gearing waiting on that pace car.
The 1 is ready to go. He's all over the back of the 99.
Gearing waiting.
Green flag, green flag.
Waits on the flag once again. We're underway. Green flag waves here, Michigan Speedway. Just about to complete lap number 98 of 165 from Michigan Speedway. Josh Drinkwater, your leader. Aaron Gearing, Mark Murphy had a little bit of a battle there at the beginning of this restart. Gearing is taken back the second position. Murphy back to third. Not sure if the damage on that Valvoline machine having something to do with losing that spot once again, though. Does seem pretty racy here at the front of the field at lap 99. Anybody's race at the front of the field. These top three are right on top of each other. Not even a quarter car length, bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. Mark Murphy a little loose on corner entry, but keeps his foot in it to try and dive down below the 83 of Gearing for the second spot. They're off turn number 2 down the backstretch. It's a bit of a drag race between Gearing and Murphy. Murphy tucks back in behind the 83, unable to make the pass work for him. A little bit of a draft assist from the 99 for the 83. They stay single file through 3 and 4. Drinkwater trying to drop down low to break the draft. Once again, we've seen him do that a couple of times. Swings back up in front of the 83. '99 and the 83, Drinkwater and Gearing, common denominators at the front of the field here this afternoon, but the ailment that just won't go away, it's the one of Mark Murphy and that Valvoline Camaro. He's had some troubles here this afternoon, but each time he's battled back to the front of the field. He's in the third spot, challenging now for position 2, trying to take that away from Josh Drinkwater as Gearing takes over the top spot off turn number 2. Move Drinkwater back to third, Gearing to first, Murphy up to second.
And I believe Murphy, you know, he's not driving aggressively, but he's driving like he has something to prove right here. And I think he's just trying to make up for that lost ground earlier. He needs to let these guys know that he's still there. He's still going to be a part of this. Going to play a definite outcome if he can keep the car under him coming to the last lap.
I would love nothing more than to watch this top 3 here battle it out all the way home to the finish. 62 laps to go before we can get to a checkered flag. But if these guys do battle like this for another 60 plus laps, everybody here is going to get their money's worth for certain. Only 11 cars took the green flag here this afternoon, but you can't tell with the amount of action that we have seen. We had cautions and wrecks and side-by-side action. Been a blast to watch so far here from Michigan Speedway. Got 2 distinct packs, the top 3 and then 4th, 5th, and 6th. Netherwood, Jimmy Young, Chris Bull. That is 5th through 7th. Sorry, 5th through 6. 4, 5, and 6. I'm losing my mind. And 52 in Netherwood is the 4th place machine. The 6th of Jimmy Young there in the 5th position. And 6th spot is Chris Bull, the number 21 machine.
If they could get
We might have lost Brian there. Are we still with you, Brian? Brian Rose, are you still with us? I think we may have lost Brian Rose. I see he's still in the room, and I've got no audio from him. Had a little bit of an issue there. Sounded like his connection dropped out, but that's all right. We'll get by. He'll get back when he can. In the meantime, got some battling going on here for the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions. Jimmy Young has moved himself up into the 4th spot, moving Steve Netherwood back to 5th. Chris Bull still runs in the 6th spot. Now we've got also Martin Kenyon all by his lonesome, but still on the lead lap in the 7th position. Back up front, still a bit of a battle going on. This is for the 2nd position. Mark Murphy has that 2nd spot. Josh Drinkwater in 3rd. He's been very strong all afternoon. He wants that 2nd spot back, believes he can go challenge the 83 for the lead. Mark Murphy's still able to hold off the advance from the 99 of Drinkwater. We're working lap 108 of 165. Riding on board with the 1 of Mark Murphy as Drinkwater takes a look to the inside down the backstretch, unable to make the move. The 36 slow on the apron as well. Mark Murphy in the fence in the middle of the corner. It's going to give the spot easily to the 99 of Drinkwater. Gosh, the number 99 is going to have to try and set sail and close the gap to the 83 of Gearing. Aaron is up 0.7 of a second, his advantage over the 2nd running machine, the number 99 of Josh Drinkwater. Lap 109 of 165. They work off turn number 2. Still watching this battle here. Jimmy Young, Netherwood, and Bull. This is 4th, 5th, and 6th on the racetrack. 52 making a move to the inside of the 6 into turn number 1. Netherwood trying to take back that 4th position. Young on the outside trying to battle and defend it, but not quite enough. Maybe some contact there between those two in the middle of 1 and 2. Off turn number 2, though, the 52 of Netherwood has the 6 clear. Chris Bull just watching it all unfold out in front of him. Jimmy Young not willing to give up yet, trying to get to the inside of the 52 with Netherwood off turn number 2. This is again for the 4th position. Netherwood has it. Jimmy Young had it a while ago, trying to take it back side by side down the backstretch. Now Chris Bull getting involved into this mix as well. He's going to try and sneak underneath the 52 and follow the 6 of Young on through. So far, Netherwood battling back on the high side. Chris Bull still down low, but Jimmy Young gets away in the 4th spot, back to where he was just a few laps ago. Netherwood up top, slightly slowing down, losing a little bit of ground to the 6, but still battling the 21 of Bull as they work into 1 and 2.
Technical difficulties right there. Steve, I'm back in the booth with you.
Welcome back, Brian Rose, to the HBR TV booth. Glad to have you back, sir. Lap 112 of 165. We've been following the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Jimmy Young lost it, then got it back. Since then is starting to drive away from the 5th and 6th position machines of Netherwood and Chris Bull. Pretty good battle going on here for just outside the top 5. Chris Bull less than half a car length off the back bumper, the 52 of Netherwood, as they work into turn number 3. Bull seems racy out there. Still some damage to the nose of that number 21 machine. You would have thought he would have at least applied a fast repair at some point to that damage. We are getting late in the going for that to still be there. I would assume if he gets another opportunity with a caution to fix that, he will do just that. He's shown some speed even with that damage. The tank slap, though, the 21's in the outside wall. Just a bit of a scrape. Keeps his foot in it. Definitely going to cost him some space to the 51, though.
Yeah, the damage isn't going to be a factor there. It's losing that draft that's going to be the most harmful thing to him right there in that situation.
Yeah, and now it's the damage now that he's lost the draft is going to be magnified significantly, because that pocket of air that you get with the draft in front kind of keeps that air off of that damage. It's almost like it's not there when you can use the draft to your advantage. You're all by your lonesome. You're just going to lose ground, and it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to catch these two, Jimmy Young and Netherwood, up ahead. Caution's going to make a big difference. I don't know if we're going to make it to the end before having to pit one more time. I think our buddy Brian Rose had that figured out. We got one more stop in store before we can call it good to go.
Yeah, full tank of fuel here, 100%, 20 gallons, 55 between 55 and 60 laps of fuel. We pitted at lap 95. Pretty sure you're not going to be able to make it that far. I don't care how much fuel you save. You can't save more than like 2 laps of fuel, especially out here running these green flag laps. We're going to have to pit again.
Now, Brian, if we do get some cautions mixed in, these guys are certainly going to take the opportunity to get tires, but do we take fuel? I don't know if you've got any laps around Michigan in this new Cup car yet. Is it better to have a full load of fuel? We got a car spinning. Mark Murphy off turn number 2, spins it down the backstretch. Yellow is out. Man, broadcaster's curse. We were just talking about a caution flag, and here we have it.
You jinxed them. I'll tell you what, Steve, we'll figure out the answer to your question right here in about a lap and a half.
Mark Murphy.
No, with these cars and the downforce, the spoiler package that we have, I'm not sure. I've not been out here at Michigan. Unfortunate for Mark Murphy right here as he loops it around again. I don't think he hit anything, but lighter your rear end, the higher that spoiler is in the air, creates more downforce. Looking like these cars are getting a little loose. I don't know if I put in a full tank of fuel right here to make it to the end.
You know, it's funny. I watch Mark Murphy, this replay here, in reverse, no less, but it looks like he got loose on entry and carried that through the entire corner. Hard to see exactly from this angle, but yeah, he's got that right rear hung out. Little bit of a tank slap. Loose again. Loose, real loose. Real loose. This is trouble.
Doing his best Friday night dirt track impression right here.
I tell you, this looks like he's at Eldora. Still sideways off turn 2. He almost had this thing saved. This is impressive regardless of the end result.
He doesn't. Nope.
He drove that thing sideways all the way through turn 2.
He's still sideways. And then going towards the inside wall, that right there is the best option. You just got to loop it around because you're not going to save it. You're going to the wall if you keep on that trajectory. So just loop it around and you'll be fine.
Well, that brings out the caution here late in the going. Everyone's on pit lane. Aaron gearing down and away, 4 tires and maybe some fuel for the 83. He is out first once again. Chris Bull, the number 21, not sure if he gambled there. 12.6 second stop for the 21. Might have been 2 tires, not sure, but he's out here running in the second spot.
I believe he may have used his fast repair finally too.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There it is. Brand new. Wouldn't you like to have a couple of those for your wife?
What, fast repair?
Yeah.
It wasn't very nice, Brian.
Well, I didn't mean it that way, but I know that mine's junked 2 cars. I sure would like to have a couple fast repairs.
Oh, you're talking about cars. Okay.
Yeah. Steve, I'm not that mean.
I'm 9 years older than my girl, so I'm not worried about a fast repair. I might need one, but she's good to go.
You need one. You're probably due for a tune-up, Steve.
Oh, at least a tune-up. Spark plug wires, plugs, front and rear shocks, struts, whole nine. Even get some New Balance sneakers while I'm at it. White.
Summer's coming. They wouldn't be white for very long, Steve.
Yeah, that's true. Pace car lights are off. Looks like we're going to go back to green here. Lap 120. That gives us 45 laps to go. Everybody should be good to make it to the end now. The only time I expect to see anybody roll down the pit lane at this point would be if we get another yellow. Might have some guys gamble a bit, try to take some tires. We know Chris Bull, a 12.6 second stop. There's no way he got 4 tires there. The best stop out there other than that was Aaron Gearing. Actually, no, Josh Drinkwater was quickest, a 14.12 second stop for the number 99. Aaron Gearing was a 14.3, so a good stop for him as well. Mark Murphy also a 14.3 second stop for the number 1 machine, who brought out our caution. Still manages to stay up there in the top 5, so no harm, no foul for him. Just gives him an opportunity to pit under yellow. In fact, let's take a look. I don't know, did he use fast repair? That car looks pretty good too, considering everything that's happened to it as well. So maybe waited till right now to use that fast repair. Keep an eye on Mark Murphy to be strong here in the last 45 laps of this afternoon's race.
Well, and finally now Chris Bull's got all of his damage fixed. He wants to win this race. If he
Absolutely.
This is the race he wants to win. He finally has a good car now. I think he's going to be up here. Besides 3 cars, it's going to be 4.
Pace car's down, 83's in the throttle. Gearing comes up to speed. We're back underway at Michigan. Chris Bull to the outside, but Drinkwater has got the advantage down low. Murphy's going to try and follow him through. A little bit of a contact there with the 1 and the 99 into turn number 1. Slides Drinkwater up the track a bit. Murphy down low, trying to take the second spot. Fired out of a cannon goes the 1 of Murphy off turn number 2. He's battling for the second spot on a 4th place restart. Down the backstretch they go. Murphy's going to tuck back in behind Drinkwater, now in the 3rd position. Again, top 3 under a blanket. Usual suspects out front.
99 goes low right here. That inside line, he's going to have a runoff. He'll clear him easily coming to the line.
Down to the bottom, Drinkwater goes to avoid the draft. Will lead that lap, but Drinkwater is going to have to battle that run off the high side. Cuts him off. While this goes on, Murphy's going to try and take over the top spot. Drinkwater doesn't know what line to use. Maybe some contact between these two. Off turn number 2, slides up the 99, doesn't make contact. Close quarters racing here as we get late in the going. 83 of Gearing still in the 2nd spot. Now goes to battle with the 1 of Murphy into turn number 3. Drinkwaters tucks back into the 3rd spot. Chris Bull down low as well, battling with the 6 of Jimmy Young.
With all that fighting going on for the top 3 spots, that's allowed the entire field to close back in on them. So they're going to have more than just to worry about than the top 3.
Well, this is a sprint race now. Everybody's back in here. We got 7 cars on the lead lap. Everyone's got an opportunity, especially if these top 4 or 5 cars get into an incident and wad each other up. This could very quickly become a race for the 21 of Chris Bull.
And the 36 car, he is not for position, though. He is up here. He's a lap down. So see him coming to your frame. He's just trying to stay up there and stay competitive.
36 may not be for position, but it still puts just a big a hole in the air. So everyone in behind is going to take advantage of that. Possibly the 36 trying to get that lap back on his own.
The old-fashioned way here.
Mark Murphy slips back just a bit into the 3rd position while the 36 goes around. Man, I don't know what's going on with that 36. He came through the field like he was fired out of a cannon.
He finally got, I believe he finally was able to use his fast repair. He's several laps down, so.
His last pit stop was lap 91.
Yeah, I believe he's just now been able to get back out on track. I don't think he was able to quick that fast repair when he had that incident.
Now we got a battle here for the 3rd spot. Drinkwater and Jimmy Young battling it out. Jimmy slides back in behind, a couple car lengths back. Almost contact with Drinkwater in the 1 of Murphy. A little bit of payback maybe from the restart. Josh Drinkwater down low off turn number 2. They drag race down the back straightaway. Murphy maybe a little side-by-side contact as they work into turn number 3. Murphy's got to run on the leader of Gearing into turn number 3. Gearing takes the high lane. So does the 1. Down in the middle lane is the 99. '36 is Stuart Pomfrey, low lap down up at the front of the field, kind of the fly in the ointment here. We got trouble. Chris Bull in the wall into turn number 1. Unfortunately, the 21 involved. No caution as of yet. Yellow is out now.
He just used his fast repair too. That's unfortunate. That's going to end his day.
Tough break for the 21 of Chris Bull. Just used that fast repair. Was looking strong there late in the going, trying to make a charge towards the front of the field. This is going to end his hopes for a checkered flag. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened with the 21 of Bull. They get into turn number 1 here. The 21, Chris Bull up high behind the 6. Does he just tank slap it again? It seems to be the common theme here. Yep, just gets loose. Yeah, tank slap, big time.
Overcorrected and right up into the wall. I did see on that initial, when we were live right there was another car that was stopped at the bottom. I don't know exactly what happened or who that was, but
might have been Michael Jones. Let me see if I can find that. And Michael Jones has had a rough afternoon as well. No nose on that machine. He gets by, but then it gets loose just trying to avoid the 21, and he tank slaps it too. It seems to be a common theme with this next-gen race car at these intermediate ovals, is it's very easy to get them hung out sideways. It's also even easier to overcorrect and send that thing back up the racetrack, and in some cases in front of traffic. Not what we want to see.
That's unfortunate for those two guys. And the other car, like you said, he's had a tough go of it all day. I believe his day is over. As with Bull, you know, very unfortunate. Definitely wanted to see him get up there and compete.
Either way, it was a strong showing out of the 21 regardless. It's just not his day, unfortunately, but again, we're all here still for that good cause. It doesn't necessarily mean he's got to win the thing. Would have been cool to see, but not to be, not in the cards. But either way, we still got a great battle looking ahead of us here with Drinkwater, Gearing, and maybe even Murphy and Etherwood. Who knows who's going to be involved here, but everybody's down pit lane once again. 4 tires going on these next-gen Cup cars.
Drinkwater overshot his pit box a little bit, so 1 and 83 will be him out.
Unfortunate for Drinkwater. We've seen that happen a bunch this afternoon. He has gone in a little deep into the pit box.
So move the 52 up to P3 right here.
Yeah, Steve Netherwood back into the top 3 here. He started 6th. Now he's up to that 3rd position. I think that's his highest run position of the afternoon.
Well, if you're going to be up there, you want to be up there late.
Now's the time. Here we have it. Mark Murphy, who's looked so strong, especially on the restarts, doesn't really have a lot of long run speed. But we're getting near that point where long run won't matter as much. Everybody's got fresh tires once again. Mark Murphy out front of this field. You see the 36 coming into the frame here. I think he's going to get the wave around here in just a moment.
So I have to ask you, Steve, that yellow light, you think that's the last one we'll see?
No, I think we got at least one more, if not 2. But it's out now. We got the 1 to go signal. So lap 129 will be back to green. But no, to answer your question, Brian, I don't see us going green to the end. And it's not to give these guys any kind of a criticism. They've shown that they're very talented. They can run a good race. These cars are a serious handful to drive. The fact that 11 cars, really 5 or 6 cars, if you look at the running order, have managed to make this a really entertaining race for not only us in the broadcast booth, but hopefully those of you watching in the stream. It's been very impressive to see, but nobody's perfect, and these cars, they're just brutal, man.
They really are. They are an absolute handful to drive.
So we'll see. I mean, we're getting down to it. I know it's crunch time, and the aggression level is going to go up as well, so keep an eye out for that. We saw it with Mark Murphy especially. He is not afraid to door bang. The 99 also in that mix, wasn't afraid to make a little bit of contact. And with these cars, if you can bump and run and not wreck the guy, you certainly have some talent behind the wheel. But again, as it gets near the end of the race, that aggression meter gets a little higher, gets pegged, blows out the top, so to speak, and hopefully these guys don't boil over.
Oh, it's boiling right now. I mean, it's go time right here. There's going to be no give, an all take right here.
37 laps to go when we get to the start finish line. Mark Murphy's going to lead them down. Pace cars in the pit lane, waiting on the green flag again, possibly. Yep.
Flag.
Good reaction time out of the one of Mark Murphy. Back in the throttle as soon as that flag drops. Out in front over Gearing and Netherwood as they work into turn number 1. Gearing has a run, taking a look to the inside of Murphy off turn number 4. Across the start finish line. Looks like Murphy's going to lead this lap, but for how long? Gearing down low, not able to have momentum into turn number 1. 3 car lengths back is the 83, but closes the gap down to 2 into turn number 1. Distance now half a car length, not even back to the 83 of Gearing. They cross the line one more time. Aaron maybe setting up the one of Murphy for a pass in the exit of turn 2, maybe finishing that pass entry to turn 3. We'll see how it works out. Both cars running that high line, carrying the most momentum off the corner.
But look who's coming back into the frame now, the 99.
Looky, it's Mr. Drinkwater in the 3rd spot. Netherwood back to the 4th position. Jimmy Young 5th. Martin Kenyon now up to the 6th position.
And as close as these 3 have raced all race long, I think the 52, you know, he did drop back to 4th. He's running up here in the top 5 now after a long race. I think if he might be sitting in the best spot right now, because I don't think these 3 are going to be happy finishing 2nd.
I think one of these top 3 drivers actually sees the checkered flag is going to be my guess. I'm not saying they're just going to dump each other, but you're right. They've been right on top of each other all afternoon. They've been aggressive. All 3 of them are definitely quick. All 3 of them have led laps. It's going to come down to somebody making a mistake, I think, but you're absolutely right. Steve Netherwood running in that 4th spot, a little ways back. It's probably the best position for him to be in. He's got about a 2-second disadvantage back to the 4th spot for him to react if there is something chaotic happening up at the front of the field. So it could work out in the end, but you got to put yourself in position. Sometimes it's not about being the fastest guy out there. You just got to be there when the defecation hits the oscillation, if you know what I mean. Mark Murphy continuing to lead into turn number 1. Top 3 closest we've seen these guys together all afternoon. This almost looks like pack racing at Daytona. Little wiggle out of Murphy into the corner, keeps it off the wall, loses 2 spots, but keeps the right side clean. There wasn't a piece of paper's width between himself and the safer barrier. Mark Murphy back to the 3rd spot. Aaron Gearing takes over the top spot. Josh Drinkwater moves into 2nd, still battling now with Mark Murphy for that position. Murphy's not happy about the mistake that he made. He's trying to go back down low on the 99. Coming to the line, looks like Murphy's going to take back the 2nd position, but 99 of Drinkwater may battle back on the high side into turn number 1. He's still there.
think he'll clear him right here, and he's right back to him. He'll be back on Gearing's bumper coming into 3.
Really think Murphy's using a lot more right rear tire than these guys in front of and in back, but I keep getting cautions. It's not going to matter.
We come to the line right here. There was going to be 30 laps to go, 30 more chances for somebody to get up there and take the lead. And Murphy, he's there. Gearing makes a mistake, he is going to go by him. But I think right now, Murphy knows what his car is going to do in the long runs, and I think we might run this one out. And he's probably playing a game right now. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to save my tires. He can't run away from me as long as I can maintain pace. So I think he's sitting back and he's learning his lesson. He's not going to overdrive the car, and he's going to make sure he's there at the end and not spin this one out, because he has no more fast repairs. One more wall tag and he's gone. But Gearing, no matter what they do behind them, Gearing's loving this. Let those two cars battle. As you see, he's pulled out. He's got 0.2 of a second lead now, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when they're under a blanket and now you got 0.2 to breathe, it makes a difference.
You got a Ford leading a Chevy second and a Ford in third. So Murphy's certainly not going to expect some help out of the neighboring manufacturer's camp. He's going to have to do this one on his own, but he's still trying to defend that second spot from Drinkwater. Strange little wiggle out of the 99 on corner entry there. Sticks to Jimmy Young, scrapes the wall off turn 4 very mildly. .26 laps to go from Michigan Speedway. Aaron Gearing, Mark Murphy, Josh Drinkwater, your top 3. Steve Netherwood, Jimmy Young, your top 5. See Mark Murphy making a move to the inside, trying to take over the top spot. Aaron Gearing up high. Mark Murphy down low, takes over the lead as they work off turn number 2 with 25 laps to go.
He just got a crazy run right there, and I mean, he used it to his advantage, and now he shot out of there like a cannon.
Well, now he's got to hope that Josh Drinkwater puts the pressure on the 83 of Gearing, lets Murphy stay out front and lead this thing for a little while. But as you see it, 2-3 car lengths back to the 83 of Gearing is all the distance is, but half a car length back to the 99 of Drinkwater. 24 laps to go as they cross the line.
And two, being the leader, you don't want to get out there too far. Just like the draft packages of Daytona, these cars and these big high-speed tracks, they're not too different. You get out to a major lead, and then that car behind you can just suck up and draft right by you. So you don't want to get out to too big of a lead, especially when you got a car back there to help you push around them.
Yeah, now we talked about that a few laps ago. The Chevy out front, the 2 Fords second and third. I know it's about winning a race here at the end of the event, but at the end of the day, if you're in a Ford, you want to make sure Ford takes home that checkered flag. You don't want that Valvoline Camaro out front to do it. So if the 99 can help the 83, he's going to do it. But if he can do it in a way that helps him, even more so. Obviously, he wants to get around Aaron Gearing and make it a Ford 1-2, but he wants to be the one with the checkered flag, not the 83. Drinkwater taking a look down low on the 83 into turn 1.
Just couldn't keep the power down right there.
See both those
Big
cars,
run.
Gearing and Drinkwater. Huge run on Murphy into turn 1. Again, that's the draft coming into play there. Murphy out front. He's got to break all that air himself, whereas the two cars in behind have him out front. They get to do it for them. How the draft works, you kind of create a bit of a vacuum behind the backside of the vehicle that is leading. It's multiplied each time with each car that is in behind the leader. So really the 99 and the 83 are very easily able to close that gap. But it's what you do with that run once you get there that really determines where you're going to be on track. You got to make that pass. You got to make it stick, and then you got to clear the guy. So you've got to make the decision. You got to run that's really, really strong. You can't just give up on it. You got to go to the low side. The downside is you got a guy in behind you, sees you with that run. Maybe he doesn't have as good of a run, decides not to go with you. Well, your fate is sealed. You've lost that position. So it's a big game of chess out there at 195 miles an hour.
Yeah, and catching a driver in a car is one thing. Passing him is a whole nother thing. Now, this year with this new next-gen car with the rear diffuser that they have underneath the car, it's different than the old Gen 6 cars we had. We did not have that rear diffuser. Now, what that rear diffuser does, it does help with downforce of your car, but also it helps clear the wake up of the air flowing underneath the car coming back up. So it does make that bubble a little bit bigger. It allows the car behind you to suck up better. So the drafting and these big runs we're getting plays a big part with that rear diffuser that we have this year.
The other thing into that note is the fact that it creates most of the downforce from the underside of the race car. You don't have as much, I say as much, aero-tight conditions. You still will, because there's nothing you can do. You put a 3,500-pound stock car in front of you at 190-plus miles an hour, it's going to cause some aero issues no matter what you do. But it is an improvement from the previous generation car. So these guys can stay tucked up the way that this top three has and fight for position throughout the last 15, 20 laps. While the leaders battle here, Aaron Gearing taking a peek down low on Mark Murphy. Close quarters off turn number 4. Aaron Gearing with some help. Nope, not some help. Drinkwater's going to try and make it 3 wide across the line into turn number 1 for the lead with 17 laps to go. Murphy up top, Gearing in the middle, Drinkwater down low. Move Drinkwater from 3rd to 1st. What a move out of the 99. Takes over the top spot with 17 to go. Off turn number 2 has both cars cleared. Gearing a little wiggle off turn number 2. Murphy's got the tops for the high side there in the 2nd position. Clears the 83.
An opportunity to pounce. He found it and he did not wait. He went straight to the bottom. Those two cars made a huge hole for him, and he got a heck of a run. Straight to the bottom, shortest way around the track, cleared them both. Good job.
Well, that's 17 laps to go. Now 16 to go. What are we going to see here before this one's over? We still got plenty of racing left. This is not settled. This is not Drinkwater's race by any means. Here, Mark Murphy taking a look down low, drives in real deep.
Way down.
Not to the left rear of the 99, does not make contact, but doesn't lift either off corner number 2. Maybe a little bit of a rub off the corner. Unable to make the pass, still has help from the 83 of Gearing. Again, those Fords sticking together off corner number 2.
I think it's a little too early to be going down to the yellow line like that. You do that, and that's going to really put some heat in those tires, make it tough to have grip. You know, we have 15 laps to go right now. You got to have something. In 14 laps, you've got to still have some speed.
You know, I want to say these guys are just trying to feel things out and see what the car is going to give them at this point in the run when it comes time to making that move for the lead. But a lot is going to change in the next 15 laps here and how these cars handle with that tire wear, tire heat, like you're talking about, diving down low. That's going to put added heat into the tires. I just think it's premature for this kind of racing. It's certainly fun to watch, but you see now Gearing taking a move to the top spot, top lane, trying to get around Drinkwater. Drinkwater closes the door, crosses it back over down low, gives up the draft, doesn't want to help the 83 with that weight.
And the 83 is just going to be able to maintain his momentum coming off right there, even though the 99 went down low. And he should be able, if he can get out of 2, he's going to have a great run down the backstretch.
Lap traffic going to come play a part here in a little bit as well, as I believe Chris Bull has made it back out onto the racetrack to finish this one out. You see him just ahead of our leaders here. They work down into turn number 3.
Oh, big wiggle right there out of Mark Murphy. Almost lost it coming out of 2. It's going to let these 2 leaders kind of pull away from him just a little bit, but he closes right back in on them. That aero package on these cars is something else. Side by side down the backstretch, a little side drafting going on as they go into 3. 83 stays high. He'll have a good run off the bottom, but the 99, he'll probably take that short way around the track. He will clear. Oh no, he does. He clears him.
Josh Drinkwater back to the front of the field. Aaron Gearing second. Mark Murphy slipping from these top 2. This 3-car battle is shrunk to 2.
Have 10 laps to go right here at the line.
While we watch this battle for the lead and possibly the win here at the Drive for Sav charity race at Michigan Speedway, Gigabert back in the YouTube chat asking if we commentate just on NASCAR or follow other iRacing races. I'll do whatever. I'm not too picky about it. Brian is here on occasion with us, so is Eric Dotson, again on occasion if the situation warrants it. But yeah, we'll broadcast whatever you need. So if you've got people interested, let us know. The schedule's pretty booked up, but send us a message and let us know what you're looking for, and we'll see if we can make it work.
As long as they go fast. Right, Steve? That's all you care about.
I'll cover legend cars. I don't care. Skippies, whatever you want to do. Nine laps to go. Drinkwater back out front. Gearing is in second. Mark Murphy may have burned up his stuff just a little bit too early. I will tell you, I'm not going to wish bad upon anybody, but a late caution right about now would certainly make things super interesting for the balance of this race.
Oh, I think it's going to be interesting because these two cars, yeah, it's going to be wild coming to the end. I can't wait to watch this one.
Little wiggle out of drink water in the entrance at turn number 1. Not sure if there was contact with himself in the 83. Gearing been right there just about every lap, not giving the 99 a break. Can't say that I blame him with 8 laps to go. Gearing wants to bring this one home with a checkered flag. Caution is out. Mark Murphy, the third place machine, has crashed. Must have been a hard impact as he is nowhere to be found. Caution on the Speedway, the Drive for Sav charity race. 7 laps to go as they cross the line. This might take us to overtime. I'm not sure. Might still be a green-white checker just based on the math alone. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are in store for a good one here at the end. Mark Murphy involved in a late race crash. Let's take a look, see what we can see with the number 1 machine of Murphy.
It looks like he just running that high line and gets too close to the wall and tries to fight himself off of it. Gets a little loose and round she went.
It's been a lot like the last couple incidents he's had. It's all been off turn number 2. Bit of a tank slap off exit. Try to get a different look at it here. Oh, up in the high lane, gets the fence. Okay. He's been running that Larson line all afternoon. It's bit him a couple of times, but this time I think it's over. This is going to do him in.
Big chunk out of that front end right there. I believe his day is done, but this does give us an opportunity to get to 50. It's 52 of Stephen back up into this race.
Josh Drinkwater down the pit lane along with the other leaders, the 83 of Gearing, Netherwood, Jimmy Young, Martin Kenyon back now into the top 5. Who takes 2 tires here? Is anybody?
No, I think there's not that many cars on the lead lap. I'm not going to drop back too far. Still, even if it is a green-white checker, I'm taking 4 tires.
Seems to be the plan for everybody on the pit lane. 15, 15, 14, 14, 16. That is the top 5 pit speed times. Fastest on the pit lane as far as that pit stop was concerned was the 6 of Jimmy Young, a 14.48 second stop. We're going to take this opportunity one last time before the finish to get a word from iRacing Wraps and Paints. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Michigan Speedway, the Drive for Sav charity race. just about to its conclusion. We have 5 laps to go. We are on the 1 to go on this caution flag, going back to green with 4 laps to go to settle it. Josh Drinkwater, Aaron Gearing up front. Most recent caution, Mark Murphy brings it out, gets into the outside safer barrier and brings out our caution, sets us up for a whale of a finish. Everybody's got new tires. No conservation mode here. Pace car getting ready to peel off the banking. We'll be back underway.
Coming to 4 to go. It's going to be exciting. Who's going to get a good jump right here? Cannot let them get out to a big lead, especially these 2 cars. The 6 and the 52's got to stay up here in their draft.
Drinkwater gets a good restart, but the 6 of Jimmy Young takes the high side. Almost out of position across the line, but gets away with it. The 83 of Gearing down low. Jimmy Young running that ultra high line is going to have some momentum off the exit of turn number 2, but we'll see. We've seen it all afternoon. The low lines preferred with the older tires. The cold temperatures seem to do better down low, and it also helps you get heat into them, as you see Netherwood trying to make a pass on the 6 of Jimmy Young. Big lead now for Josh Drinkwater over Aaron Gearing. It's just 0.6 of a second, coming to 3 laps to go.
And if he can keep the 6 right here behind him, he's going to be able to catch him. Hopefully, he's going to have a massive run when he does, and he needs to know what he's going to do with it now for when it does happen.
He's going to have to throw a serious block. That's what I think he's going to have to do.
Because he's coming. He's going to be there.
Going down low, breaks the draft. It looks like Indianapolis down the back straightaway at Michigan Speedway. Drinkwater has dropped the hammer. Still a half-second advantage over the 83 of Aaron Gearing. Oh, the second place car, Aaron Gearing, is around off turn number 2. Caution comes out. Gearing spins in front of the field. No contact made. That car is not damaged, but it does bring out the caution here that we will go to an official green-white checker. Not what Josh Drinkwater wanted to see. Of course, his closest competitor having trouble off the exit of turn number 2. But now what do? Do you stay out? Do you get tires? We've only been under the green for a couple of laps.
I'm staying out. I've got heat in my tires. I don't have to worry about anything anymore. I'm going to stay out right here. There's no need to come down and get tires. If you do, you're not going to drop back too far. But then you do have to get around these other cars that may not get a good restart. These 2 cars being the class of the field, whatever the leader does, I do the opposite.
Could be the coffin nail for the 99 of Josh Drinkwater. Going down the backstretch, he's got a decision to make. Does this kill his race? Does he stay out and lose to these guys that might take tires? Again, we've only been under the green for a couple of laps, but is that enough? Is that enough to wear out these Goodyear Racing Eagles just enough to take the pace out of those tires so that the guys in behind you, if they do pit, can they catch you and pass you and take this lead from your hands? We're going to have to see. Pace car rolling through the corner right now. I don't know if pits are going to be open just yet. But he's lined up. I think they will be. Looks like Martin Kenyon, Aaron Gearing. 36 is Stuart Pomfrey, not on the lead lap, but he's in the pit lane. Gearing does have some damage on the right side of that machine. Not sure what caused that. Fast repair used by the 83 of Aaron Gearing. He's going to have new tires, new body work, good to go to the finish with this green-white checkered. 4 tires.
Even though he did go around right there, I'm surprised the iRacing threw that caution. He wasn't completely around, but that was honestly the best scenario. I think Drinkwater had this one wrapped up if that caution doesn't come out right there. I just don't think the 86 had time to get to him and make a pass on him.
I think the only reason the caution flew was because of the proximity of the other cars on the track. when Gearing got sideways. They were still within the racing groove, as was Gearing. Caution's going to come out pretty much right away when that happens.
If he wants to get back up here and compete for the win now, he definitely has his work cut out for him.
Current top 5, Josh Drinkwater, Jimmy Young, Netherwood, Aaron Gearing is in the 4th spot, so he's still going to restart in the 2nd row. Martin Kenyon is listed as the 5th place machine.
Only 5 cars left on the lead lap, so these 5 cars, anybody has a shot at it here.
Yellow lights go out. We are on the official 1 to go. Before we go back to green, we are on our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Maximum number of attempts is 3, so if we have an issue before the leader takes the white flag, we can line them up and try it one more time, which hey, Aaron Gearing might be begging for that to happen.
So the 99, he stayed out. He does have, everybody stayed out, really, except for the 86. Does the 86 try to dispose of the 52 and the 48, go down there on those fresh tires, cut the shortest way around the track? Fresh tires, that low line's the best line. Does the 99 go down to block him? Does he stay high? Either way, I think the 86 has got to dispose of the 6 right here pretty quickly. He's got some front end damage. He's not going to be able to keep pace going down the backstretch. So he's got to get around the 52. I'm not sure how he's going to do that though.
He's got to find a way. The 83 of Gearing in that outside lane with the newer tires, he's going to want that low lane. But the 99 is at the disadvantage on the inside. I'm surprised he didn't take the high line on the restart. He's going to have to get the jump on the 6, but we have to see how it plays out. Pace car about to peel off the banking as we get ready to go back to green. First attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Going to see it right about now. Drinkwater waiting for the green flag.
Green flag.
Back underway. Good restart by the 99 of Joshua Drinkwater. He's got the 83 of Aaron Gearing up to the 2nd spot as they work into turns 1 and 2. Gearing going to be careful here on the high side as he works off the corner on fresh tires. Keeps it relatively straight. He is there. He's going to chase the 99 down the backstretch, trying to pick up some of that draft into turn number 3 with 2 laps to go. I don't know if he's going to have enough to catch him. He doesn't have any drafting help to do it. Running that high side though, trying to build all of that momentum, trying to close down. Crash. We do have a crash.
Come out. The yellow's not going to come out, Steve. The 6 got turned around. So we're going to stay green right here, final lap.
Gearing, I don't think has enough to catch the 99 at this point unless something happens to Josh Drinkwater off corner number 2. It's going to be tight. Off the corner. Josh Drinkwater out in front, cleanly down the back straightaway. Aaron Gearing not too far behind, but it's 4/10 the disadvantage for the 83 and closing into turn number 3. It's about 5 to 8 car lengths. He does close the gap considerably down to 3 car lengths into turn number 3. Now looking off turn number 4, he's not going to be able to do it, not going to close the gap. Josh Drinkwater's been strong all afternoon. He's going to win it here this afternoon at Michigan Speedway. The Drive for Sav charity race belongs to the number 99 of Josh Drinkwater. Aaron Gearing finishes 2nd. Steve Netherwood is 3rd. Martin Kenyon 4th. Jimmy Young finishes 5th. Valiant effort certainly by the driver of the number 83. Not enough to bring it home. Probably needed some more laps. Great drive this afternoon by the number 99 of Josh Drinkwater. Brings it home with a checkered flag. Definitely a valiant effort out of the 83 of Aaron Gearing, just unable to make it close enough to the 99 to pick up that draft. Celebrations underway on the back straightaway. Again, we got a charity race here this afternoon. These guys are all in solidarity here. They showed up to show support for one of their buddies, one of their fellow racing drivers, Chris Bull, tragically losing his daughter. Really cool to see these guys celebrating together on the back straightaway. We're going to step aside, get another word from iRacing Wraps and Paints, and we will be back after this with our top 3 finishers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Michigan Speedway. The drive for Sav is in the books. Josh Drinkwater comes home with the checkered flag. We're going to try and go to our winner here, the driver, the number 99 machine. Aaron Drinkwater, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. Do you got a copy? Aaron Drinkwater, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. Do you got a copy? We don't have Aaron.
Yeah,
oh, there we go. There he is.
Sorry about that.
That's all right, Aaron. Figure you probably got to take a bathroom break after that long race.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations, Josh. You worked real strong out there all afternoon long. It was a pretty good battle between yourself, the 83, and the 1, back and forth for most of the race. Tell us about your afternoon.
First of all, we're here for Chris. I've got no words for him. I've had no words for him since I found out. Must be absolutely horrific. My race was eventful. Racing against Josh, I've raced against him for many years, and Mark as well, and it was just one of the best back and forths I've had for a very long time.
Well, certainly a good race to watch out there. Of course, as you mentioned, we are here for one reason and one reason alone, just to show support for Chris Bull. Of course, the unfortunate and tragic passing of his daughter. You guys showed up together, and that's really what this is all about. And that was really cool to see. I'm just honored to be a part of it and bring it to the viewers out there in the Facebook and YouTube land. But Josh, congratulations on the victory. I know, again, we are here.
No, you pulled Aaron in by mistake, my dude.
What's that?
You pulled Aaron in by mistake.
Oh, that's right. You were second place finisher. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Aaron.
was second place. Yeah. But
The only drawback to these one-off races here is sometimes trying to get to know the names and the display names in the Discord. But Aaron, congratulations on the second place finish. I'm going to change the screen to show up here with the number 83 machine instead of the 99.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
You were about
Thank you very much
5-6
for hosting it.
5-6 car lengths back there at the finish. I know you got loose off corner number 2. It seemed to be calamity corner all afternoon. What was the issue there? Was it just trying to get a little bit more out of the car than you had all afternoon? And
On
then
that last restart?
correct.
On that last restart was just trying to get past those two lapped cars. Well, not lapped cars, sorry, the two damaged cars of Stephen and Jimmy, and just trying to get in the draft of Josh to try and just challenge him, because the other two cars had a bit of damage, and just trying to get around them as quickly as possible just to try and get on Josh. Just overdrove the car a little bit more than just trying to get that last bit out of the car, but she didn't stick. So
Well, it was certainly worth the effort. You still brought it home in the second spot. Coming to the finish, you had a good restart. You got out of that second row. I think you restarted 4th. Was there anything you could have done to catch Josh at that point, or was it just a matter of just didn't have enough laps left to do it?
I think if we had one more lap after that, we would have had a ding dong to the finish. But yeah, it was just a little bit too far back. He got a great restart off that last one, and yeah, I just couldn't. There was nothing else I could do. I just had to try and get past the 6th car of Jimmy and try and get in the back of Josh, but just couldn't get close enough.
Either way, Aaron, it was a good run, a good entertaining race. Definitely those top 3 and sometimes top 4 cars all the way out at the front. You guys put on a great show this afternoon. Pleasantly impressed. Nice work out there. And again, thanks for having me do this. I really do appreciate being a part of it.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Cheers, bud.
It was Aaron Gearing, your second place finisher, runner up. I went to the wrong guy this time, but no worries. We'll get it squared away. We will go now to JD, Josh Drinkwater, our winner here this afternoon at Michigan Speedway. Josh, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, buddy. How are you?
I'm excellent, sir. Again, congratulations on the victory. Sorry, we kind of went out of order here. I grabbed guys in the wrong order. I called Aaron, Josh. I'm just a mess here at the end of this race, but tell us about your afternoon. It was a great race to watch, certainly. Competitive, back and forth. I think we had 3 guys that battled for that top spot most of the afternoon. How was it from your seat?
So this is probably the first time I properly ran this car. So first half of the race, I was just kind of learning how the car drove, what it was doing, trying to save me stuff really, because it was a long race. And then second half, kind of trying to work out how to get past Aaron. He was pretty tough all day, and then I was just kind of lucky towards the end to be in the right spot at the right time. I think it would have been very close between me and Aaron.
Well, in qualifying, you put the car on the pole. Now, I've got to ask, this car is a handful to drive. If you've really never been in this car before, I got to ask, what do you usually drive?
Sideways, very sideways, which I think helps with this car. It's quite snappy on corner entry, especially into one. It just kind of jumps out on you. So yeah, it helps to be able to control the car in an oversteer, which I think has helped a lot today.
Well, it was certainly fun to watch across the lines, and we saw plenty of guys dirt tracking it like crazy, especially out of turn number 2, most of which ended poorly. They ended up either overcorrecting in front of traffic or just not able to save the car. But you yourself, I didn't see any major issues, a couple of wiggles here and there, and it proved positive. You bring home a checkered flag here from Michigan Speedway.
Yeah, definitely. I'm I want to kind of dedicate this to Chris and his family. He's just sent a quick message that he'd like me to read out, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
He'd just like to take this opportunity to thank James Young for putting the event together, and Martin for his help promoting the event in memory of Savannah. The iRacing community comes together to help support everyone in their times of need. But most of these guys that he races with are like family to him. He just wants to thank everyone who took part tonight. thank you for hosting it as well, buddy. Much appreciated.
Certainly is the case. Again, Chris Bull, grieving for his loss, and as a father of 3 myself, I just can't imagine the pain he's going through. So I don't even know the man, but my heart's with him. My prayers are with him and his family, and I'm sure all you guys as well. So thanks for chatting with us, JD. Congratulations on the victory. We're going to go to Steve Netherwood next. Have a word with the 3rd place finisher. Steve Netherwood is Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy? Steve Netherwood, this is Steve in HBR TV broadcast booth. You got a copy? All right. Well, he is not available for comment just yet. We do have Jimmy Young in the green room, so we're going to go to Jimmy right now and just have a quick word with Jimmy. We talked to Jimmy pre-race, kind of right before the qualifying session. Jimmy, it's Steve in the HBR booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, got you.
Jimmy, it was a great race, man. I know we're here for one major reason, and that's to support Chris Bull and his family through everything that he's going through. But as far as the race was concerned, how was your take, and any words that you need to pass along?
I think it was a great race. Certainly for the UK and I team, it certainly showed we're all together. We're all behind Chris. I think everyone put out a really good race. You know, really good. I think on my behalf, I think Chris ran a real good race. It was hard to catch him. I scraped the wall, lost a bit of power, but I was dealing with the car, which was really loose anyway. I think everybody was, but the cautions came out at the right time, and I think the last 30 laps were really close. We were all running high up on the wall, and it was all for a good cause. Everybody enjoyed it, and I'm sure I've got family at home who have been watching it and cheering us all on. I believe the broadcast was really good, so I'd be looking forward to looking at the replay.
Certainly fun to call. And again, Jimmy, I know I dealt with Martin on this for most of it, but I can appreciate both you guys for having me be involved in this. I know it's a difficult time for not only Chris, but all you guys, because you're all tight, I'm sure, and it's difficult to do this. I'm happy to be able to bring it to the masses and just, again, show support for the Chris Bull family. It was a great race to call. It's almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Not uncomfortable to call a good race when it's under these circumstances, but you guys put on a good show, and I think that's really what matters. And you guys being here for each other, it's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult times, as everybody knows. We've just had COVID, and thankfully for iRacing, it's kept us all together. It's what Chris and I enjoy to do, and everyone else who's taken part. I know we've had real good banter in the Discord channel during the race. It's just been close, hard-fought racing, and bumper to bumper, everyone enjoyed it. Everyone was thankful, and thank you for broadcasting. I believe the commentary was second to none, so you've certainly made it special. And I know Chris gets a bit emotional. He didn't really want to say a few words, so I'll speak on behalf. And he's absolutely delighted. And of course, I think we've raised £400 for him and his family, all for a good cause. And it's just brilliant to bring everyone together. Fabulous race on a good racetrack.
Well, Jimmy, again, thank you for chatting with us, and I can echo those sentiments completely, man. I don't know how Chris even showed up to race. I don't know how I would handle it. I can't even imagine what those guys are going through, but good on all of you for showing up and being part of it and supporting your buddy. It's just, I don't have words for it, man. It's cool.
And thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. The whole team do. And I'm sure we'll be using you again and the broadcast team.
Good to hear. That was Jimmy Young, the 5th place finisher. And again, just kind of an admin here for this afternoon's race. Coming along in the clutch, just getting things organized along with Martin Kenyon. Martin originally reached out to us at HBR TV asking to cover this event. Now let's see if we can try and give another crack at Steven Netherwood here. Get him up in the broadcast booth. Interview our 3rd place finisher, Steven Netherwood. It's Steve in the HBR TV booth. Do you have a copy? Steve, this is Steve in the HBR booth. You got a copy? Well, unfortunately, we're not going to get to Steve Netherwood. It's unfortunate, really. I mean, Steve qualified in the 6th position here, brings that car home in a top 3. It was a good race for the number 52. I wasn't really up in that top 3 until very late, but that's when it counts. That's when it matters. A good run for Steve Netherwood, bringing home that number 52 Piedmont machine home, 3rd place, up 6 spots from where he started this afternoon. Let's go over our final finishing results. Of course, Josh Drinkwater, P1, wins the race here in that number 99 Aflac livery. Again, registered as a number 32. No worries. We know he's the 99 after all. Aaron Gearing, the number 83, who I claimed was the winner, and his name was Josh. My mistake. Aaron finishes P number 2, runner up. Great finish this afternoon. I think another lap or two, he probably would have had something for Josh Drinkwater, but not to be. Josh brings home the checkered flag. Aaron gets the 2nd spot. Steve Netherwood, we spoke about here, finishes in the 3rd position. Martin Kenyon, the number 48 machine, after a tough afternoon, brings it home to a top 5. Jimmy Young, the number 6 we spoke to as well. He brings that number 6 RFK paint scheme to the 5th place finish. Mark Murphy, that finish not indicative of how he ran this afternoon, was up towards the front, top 3 car all day long, had a couple incidents on track for yellow flags and some damage, burned a fast repair, and unfortunately wrecked with about 12 laps to go, bringing out another caution. Finishes in the 6th spot, 12 laps down. Chris Bull, we talked to as well. Again, this whole race, this whole thing dedicated to his daughter, Savannah, tragically lost. Chris, we're definitely thinking about you. Finishes in the 7th position. 8th was Stuart Pomfrey in the 36th. 9th was Simon Thorns. Michael Jones finishes in the 10th spot, and Andy Oakley, the number 53 Tide Ride, unfortunately finishes 117 laps down in the 11th spot. Trouble early for that machine. Again, short field here this afternoon, but it doesn't matter. It's always good to have your close friends together. It seems to be that was what the case was this afternoon at Michigan Speedway. Everybody getting together and bonding and being there for your brother. There's no better way to do it. They put on a good race on top of all that. A million kudos to the driver of the 21, Chris Bull, for even being able to show up and do this. I don't know how you do it, man. Again, I'm just without words with the whole situation. It is what it is, but prayers and thoughts and all that stuff going to your family, man. Just wow. Getting away from it. But again, guys, thanks for joining us here at HBR TV. If you haven't already done so, like, follow, subscribe, facebook.com/HowlerBoysRacingTV. Also find us on YouTube at Howler Boys Racing TV. If you're looking for a broadcaster, hit us up, send us a message. Howler Boys Racing TV. That's racing without the G. Okay, at gmail.com. Howler Boys Racing TV at gmail.com if you need to reach out to us for a broadcast. Or you can find us on Facebook. You can message me there. I don't know if there's even a way to message on YouTube, but don't try that. That's just not going to work, especially if you're looking for something quick. But please let us know if you need some help. We'd certainly be there and happy to help you out. We'll go from there. Again, thank you all for watching. It's been a great race. I've been privileged and honored. I thank you guys for having me be a part of this, and look forward to the next one, hopefully under better circumstances. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great night.